Hello, it is March now, which is weird that we've been a year in this pandemic, but it's time for a wrap-up. So, in February, I read 8 books again. I think that was the number of last month, but yeah, I read 8 books, and 2 of them were huge, so I'm pretty proud of myself. Let's get into the statistics real fast. I kind of lisped there. Had a lisp? I don't know. In terms of genre, I read 3 fantasy books, 2 romance books, 2 contemporary books, and 1 I'm gonna call historical fiction book, because I don't know where to put it. And in terms of rating, I read 1 4.5 star, 4 4 stars, 2 3 stars, and 2 2.5 stars. Even though I don't really know if I'm sure about these ratings. I think one of them is maybe wrong, I need to think still, but that is the rating for now. And the total amount of pages that I read was 3,756 pages. So let's get into the books. The first book that I read was my Buzzword Challenge book, which was Red, White, and Royal Blue by Casey McQuiston. I gave this one 4 stars. This is about 2 boys. One is the son of the President of America, of the US, and one is the Prince of England. And it starts off as a rivalry, but then obviously it's a romance book, so what do you expect? I was expecting more hate than love, but I still enjoyed it. I really liked the book as a whole. Clearly I give it a 4 stars. The only thing that made me give it a 4 star was that there was too much politics in it, especially the conversations between I think it's Alex. My god, that's so wrong. Alex has a conversation with a man extensively about politics that I don't really care about, and I just skimmed, to be honest. So, but apart from that, I really liked it. I really liked the 2 characters in their relationship and their siblings and friends. Like that. The only 2 things that didn't really affect the rating, but maybe they did, is 2 of the things that I hate in books, which I will probably do a video about. One is when the bilingual character randomly starts saying things in their language, their first language. I am trilingual because I live in Portugal, my mom is Swedish, and I went to an English school. So I speak all 3 fluently, even though I kind of suck at some of them. So that annoys me because I don't know anyone that acts like that is bilingual. For example, in this, the guy, he goes to get ice cream but calls it a Spanish word, which is ice cream in Spanish. I know that because Portuguese is similar to Spanish. But if I didn't know Spanish, I would have no clue what the hell he was talking about because he didn't say it was ice cream. But then, when the other boy comes in and gets corneto, which is a European ice cream, then the book explained that it was ice cream. I would like, stop, just say ice cream. We don't need brands in this bitch. The second thing that really triggers me is when there are mentions of things that are universally known just to be relatable, with no like point. So how do I explain this? In this book, other books have done this as well, obviously, for me to hate it so much, is when in this book there are several mentions of Harry Potter. I don't need to be shoved stuff into my throat to be relatable, you know what I mean? So I don't like when they start talking about, oh, I'm Slytherin, I'm Hufflepuff. I don't care. Just go on with your life. I'm gonna tell you exact instance in this book that made no sense to include it. There's a part where one of the main characters brings one of the books from Harry Potter, doesn't even read it, and puts it down. It could have been just a book. It could have said, brought a book, didn't read it, and put it down. It didn't have to be Prisoner of Azkaban. Who cares? Not me. There's no point. I'm angry. I'm getting sweaty. The second book I read was Full Metal Alchemist Volume 3 of the 3-in-1 collections. This was fine. Once again, I think all of them I've given 4 stars, maybe 4.5. This one I gave a 4 star. If you don't know what this is about, I really don't feel like explaining it. Yeah, I liked it, nothing special really. There was kind of a plot twist, which was really good. That plot twist was it. Apart from that, it was meh. Good, but meh. The next book I buddy read with Georgia, which was Nick and Charlie by Alice Oseman. I spoke kind of weird. I gave this one a 4-star because nothing really happened, gonna be honest, but I love these characters so much that I couldn't resist reading it, so I liked it. It was really cute. I love them. This little like extra tidbit about them made me feel happy, so I really liked this. Yeah. Next, I read another Alice Oseman book, which was Loveless. This is about a girl called Georgia, and she is asexual but doesn't know it. So she's always tried to find a love because she's never had a relationship, never kissed anybody, and she doesn't understand why she is disgusted by people, if that makes sense. I don't know if the representation is correct, but I think this book was really fun and important because there aren't a lot of books with asexual characters, especially books that explain it so in depth for people like me who don't really know what it feels like. I really enjoyed the main character. I related to her apart from the asexuality. I loved her. I loved the friends. More the new friend. Rachel, I think the name was. Whatever. I love when two characters become friends unexpectedly. I really like that. So I really like this book and I highly recommend reading it. Next is a book I'm kind of scared to talk about. But I read The Black Kids by Christina Hammonds Reed, and I am scared to talk about this because I didn't really like it. But I'm gonna explain. I gave it a 3-star because I think this book is really important to read. I didn't really like anything about the plot. I liked that it talked about Black Lives Matter and the protests and things very similar to last year George Floyd. This is based on reality, I think, but I didn't like the main character, which is basically the whole story is about her. I liked some of the other characters, especially the love interest. I liked the new friend, and that's probably it, to be honest. And the nanny. Overall, important read, but I didn't really enjoy it. The next book I read was Game of Thrones by George R.R. Martin. And I might get judged for this as well, but I did not like it. Everyone knows what this is about, so I'm not going to explain the plot, but I did not like it. I didn't know about the trigger warnings, so I was shooketh to the core. And also, nothing really happened that interested me in this book. So there's that. I'm not going to talk about it. If you want to know more, I wrote a little review on Goodreads, but I didn't like this, so we're going to leave it. The next book I read was The Evening and the Morning by Ken Follett, which, unbeknownst to me, is literally Game of Thrones, but not fantasy. Why? Anyways, I read this. Again, meh. I didn't really care for it. I don't know if I told you, but the rating for Game of Thrones was 2.5. I gave this one a 3 because it did have a happy ending. And I was already like used to the shookethness. That doesn't sound like a word, but I was used to the weird trigger warnings and stuff. Yeah. I don't really know. This is the prequel to a series that I'm not gonna read. But this follows two main characters, Ragna and Edgar, and it follows their lives. They go through a lot, but in the end they have a happy ending, as well as other side characters, which thank God, because that was traumatizing. But anyways, I read this. Now I can like not look at this ever again. The last book that I read was an ARC from NetGalley, which is called The Weirn Books. I don't know how to say it, but it is about a girl that lives in this fantasy world. And fantastic. Why did I just think about Barbie girl. Anyways, it's about this girl that lives in a world where there are fantastical creatures that live during the night. So she is one of them. She's a wyrn, and she keeps like a creature with her for life called an Astral. And it's about her and her friends figuring out a mystery in their town, basically. I don't want to spoil because it is so short. I really liked it. I gave it a 4-star. I really liked the characters. They were so cute, especially a boy called Jasper, I think, which had a very chaotic astral, and that was funny. But yeah, it was really fun. It is for children, so I can't really like deep conversation about that, but it's really good and fun. But these are all the books I read in February. I'm really proud of myself, being as the month is the shortest of the year, and I read this much, so I'm pretty happy. Yeah. But that is everything for today, and I'll see you in my next word video. Bye!